There's a popular notion in non-dual circles these days that what you want to try to do is abide effortlessly as awareness, or to abide as effortless awareness. And this is related to the idea of the direct path versus the progressive path. Instead of having to make all of these efforts along the progressive path, it's possible to go directly to awareness, which is effortless, and abide as effortless awareness. This is meant to be the main practice. And the idea, which is true, is that awareness is effortless. Yet what's often missed is that awareness is in a different dimension, a higher dimension than the mind and body, what the fourth way calls the four centers. And the mind and body, they cannot do awareness. They cannot do effortless. They cannot achieve it. They cannot be awareness. There is no effort you can really make to be effortless. At best, the mind and body, again what the fourth way calls the intellectual parts of centers, of the four centers, the best they can do is let go. Cease striving, cease forcing, cease efforting as best as they can, and simply yield to awareness. But because the mind and body don't really know what awareness is, this lower dimension cannot conceive of this higher dimension. And so it becomes a process of letting go of knowing. The mind and body coming to their limit, you could say, and letting go of knowing in such a way as to yield to the unknown. This is really a form of unknowing. And one of the best ways to try to experience this is through what is called relaxed attention. When you look at something, instead of going out and getting it visually with your eyes, just relax your attention and see the thing and realize you're seeing it. Or if you're trying to convey an idea to someone, to relax your attention, to not force your opinion, to not press your point, to not become defensive or argumentative, to just relax your attention, which, by the way, is very rare in the world. And the same if you're listening. That's another example. You can simply listen, but when doing so, don't try to reach for the sound. Just relax your attention behind listening and let the sound exist and let it come into you, into your being. It's important to understand, however, that in doing this, when we do this, we are still in command of attention. We're still in command of a kind of effort. It's simply that now we are relaxing the effort. We're easing up on the gas pedal, but we still have our foot on the pedal. And it's important to understand that this is not awareness. This is not that next higher dimension that we feel as though we're working towards, striving for, trying to make happen. And again, it's a form of unknowing, of letting go of everything you believe you know about effort and unknowing that, and letting that go and yielding to the unknown, which is what awareness is relative to the mind and body. It is the unknown. And this is really what the book, The Cloud of Unknowing, is about. Yes, it can be taken externally, thinking about God as a great being in the sky and being religiously devout and dedicated and yielding oneself to God. But at its innermost meaning, this is referring to the mind and body unknowing, reaching the point where they realize and acknowledge there's an unknown dimension above them or beyond them, and they are yielding to it in such a way that now this awareness, which is already effortless, can simply realize itself. And in this realization of awareness, there is no effort, there is no striving, there is no moving forward, there is no resisting, there is no pushing. There is nothing associated with any kind of effort as we know it as the mind and body. At the same time, all this said, there is a place for effort. There is a rightful place in spiritual work for all sorts of practices and disciplines that take this form of effort. And largely the reason why there is a place for effort is because much of the time we don't even have control of our attention. To gain control of our attention, we need to make some kind of effort. We have to have control of attention to be able then to relax attention in such a way as to yield to awareness. So you can think of effort being a natural and necessary predecessor to effortlessness, because effort allows us to gain command, gain control, to harness this thing called attention in us, which is very much related to awareness. It's a dimension, albeit a lower dimension of awareness. But if we can harness this attention and then understand what it means once it's harnessed to relax it, to knowingly relax it and have it yield to the unknown, which is awareness. And then it can happen naturally, spontaneously, that awareness itself will realize itself, and in doing so, encompass the mind and body, and in a way begin to absorb the mind and the body into itself.